Amazing setup, amazing registration rates, over than 115 remotes today. Always a bit of music for sure. And here we have my mysterious guest. But before I present this wonderful guest, let's have some introduction, give some time for the participant to join, and have some fun, guys, together because we are on Better Scene and you have the unique chances to let me know on this board. Select the avatar that represents the most your mood today during this journey, this beautiful journey. So you just have to click somewhere on the screen, select the avatars that fit your mood, and give a comment. Like, so happy to be with you. And of course, my guest can participate, and you can all start to share your moods today. Happy to share and support. Fantastic. Okay, I want a couple of more participation. I want to see you guys break the ice with us. So wonderful. We have Getsk, inspirations. Nice. And here, of course, Stefan. Just launched our new customer app after 6 months of project. High five and congrats for Steph. Okay, great. So, guys, I think we're up and running now. We have more and more participants connected. So we'll move forward, but think like every good remote situation should have a nice icebreaker. I will reduce a bit the volume, of course, because I know, like Tobias, you're very sensitive to loud music, like most of you. And before we start, just to let you know, most of you are coming from the Miro community. We're a sub-community, the Air Generation, are standing for remote, of course, and we're providing those delightful webinars and a lot of workshops every month to inspire our community to get connected and also to share our learnings. So if you're interested by these webinars and our workshop up to come, just join our hub and you will have regular events, surprise challenges, and remote connections. Beside every good community, there's a lot of people that gather. We're a global community, over than now 7,000 of people from East Coast, West Coast, Australia, and Europe. So welcome to the diversity. Our access include, of course, all those beautiful events, as I told you, and we have dedicated membership program to accelerate your growth. Just come for free in the hub and you learn how to. Beside great partners, sponsored, of course, the Miro community, it's for most of you the entry point. Butter is giving us a place where we can share, we can have fun, and of course, you'll find the reaction and you can let me know what do you think about all these beautiful emojis. And Undiscovered is providing full remote opportunity for product, tech, and design, full remote or hybrid all around the world, mostly West Coast, Europe, UK, Germany. So if you're searching for a new opportunity, just come and grab this beautiful opportunity in our community hub. And because, a community without a reward is not a community, I can believe like 3 of you participants will be rewarded at the end of this show. For the most engaged of you, you will receive one of the 3 €30 coupon from our Air Sprint store. For this, you just have to use the emojis, the chat, any kind of reactions. So I see you already have the full control on these guys. Amazing. And the 3 winner will be elected from the analytic platform integrated on Butter. I know everything about you guys after the show. And winners will be awarded tomorrow on LinkedIn. Finally, I have something very special. If you like butter, believe like Jacob, the founder of Butter, had been recently, joined the Miro team, and the company has been acquired by Miro. Next week, we have a special event where we will present in world premiere the new feature up to come on Miro, integrating everything that make Butter engage and friendly place. So if you're curious about what's coming for engagement in Miro, you can just scan this QR code and join this unique session. So now the introduction is done. Of course, the scene is settled. If you are ready to rock, you can send me those beautiful thumbs up, but you can also click. This is an interactive thumbs place. So I just want to see a lot of thumbs. And yeah, okay, I guess you're all very ready to start. So I'll make my short introduction now, and these guests won't be a surprise anymore. I'm super excited today to welcome Ricardo Luiz. He's a product and a UX veteran who spent nearly 2 decades blending cutting-edge AI with timeless empathy to build products that truly matter. Ricardo, you're more than just a talk guys about innovation. You're leading global teams. You have scaled companies from 100 to 1,000 plus employees and design solution used by millions. Here, what really stands out with you, Ricardo, you're also a school leader and you're mentoring the next generation to unlock the potential. I think that's also what connects us. Today, you, Ricardo, you're here to show us how you turn AI into a creative partner, not just productivity tool. In your workshop from zero to Proto, in an hour, you'll experience a complete product design sprint from prototype, from research to prototype, of course, using AI tool like Perplexity, Cloud, Lovable, no flap, just actions, and you can apply tomorrow. So if you're ready to accelerate your workflow while keeping user at the heart of every decision, let's dive and let's go. Let's start with you, Ricardo. Welcome, Ricardo.
Thank you so much. Great to be here after being a participant myself in several of these events. Now I'm honored to be the co-host of one.
I'm very happy to have you in that direction. So today I have listened also our community members. They want the playground as soon as possible. So we will reduce a bit the question, but it's always important. Beside the creators, there's a journey. And guys, believe me, you want to know who is Ricardo and what's beside your LinkedIn profile. So yeah, Ricardo, what's beside this LinkedIn profile, and maybe one unexpected twist in your journey from human-computer interaction to mentoring in schools. Here to go.
So on the side, I'm also very politically active, and so since my 14th, 15th anniversary, I've very unconsciously decided that not politics was a thing, but I'm always a very good and a very active member of society. And only recently, so it had to be in my 40s that I joined the political party after many, many years doing political work more on the NGO side. So non-formal education, youth education, and all of that, because I'm also, I was a scout leader for many years, but I also managed an NGO for close to 20 years as well. Did summer camps, international activities, and all of that. So it's not something that you can read out too clear from my LinkedIn profile, but I'm very active in terms of political engagement. Nowadays, more into a political party on my spare time, which is not that much, but since my early teens, very active in politics to make sure that things get done right. And during my college years, it was also interesting to understand people were really confused because I was the president of the National Association of Psychology Students, and I had a major role in the Youth National Council, and then the Educational Council as well, representing the NGOs, and not representing a political party, not even allowing myself to join one. because I was defending the NGO side of the things.
Okay, and it's amazing because you have been, and yeah, you have been traveling and also leading team from across China, Mexico, and even beyond. What's the most surprising lesson you have learned about global collaborations?
It's a cliche, but really the devil is in the details. So it is surprising that some misconceptions that we may have. So the latest one was I had the team. I had two teams, one in Lisbon, one in Estonia, in Tallinn, and the bias was, oh yeah, people in Eastern Europe probably they are not as warm as Portuguese people. So we are chatty, we like to hug people, we like to sit down and chatter and all of that. And my biggest concern was like, oh, how do I interact with the team that probably has like a more former Soviet Union kind of background and all of that, but they were as warm as the Portuguese, and we were engaging, we were doing external activities. So my probably the best conclusion out of all of those experiences in the last 20 years is that never assume anything until you talk actually with people, okay? And try not to take too many preconceived ideas into the table, because if you don't have that luggage with you, interactions tend to work really well, because on the other side you do have people, and so some are a bit more introverted, some are a bit more extroverted, but in the end, if you talk with them, if you show that you really care about who they are as a person, then conversations are very easy to have.
And look what we have from Australia, Denmark, Germany, and even US East Coast. I mean, yeah, this is a global community. So I think, and even Brazil, of course. Yeah, it should be early in the morning on East Coast, but yes, that's the beauty of course, working on global collaboration. So now of course, you workshop promise of a prototype in under an hour. What's the biggest misconception people have about using AI in product design?
I think the biggest one is that this is fairy dust, right? So you just sparkle on top of something and magic happens, and you don't have to do anything else. So you just have to sit down in your comfortable car seat, and then this happens by magic. And that's the biggest misconception, because you have to do a lot of homework. You have to understand exactly how to prompt these tools, how to use them, how to better drive them into the right direction, to get something that is useful afterwards. Because otherwise you get GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So you have to be very careful with not understanding that these tools are very cool. They kind of fast track a lot of stuff for you, but also it means that you have to do your homework. So you have to put in some hours before. Thank you for the image. Really cool, Boris. But you do have to do some homework to understand, to have a plan, to strategize a little bit, because then execution is the easy part these days. With all of these tools, the execution part, it is starting to become very, very easy, but you need to have a plan. Unless you have a plan, then you'll just be testing and losing time, trying something without a purpose. So for me, the biggest catchphrase that I have, or catchword that I would use in terms of this is use it with purpose.
Okay, and yeah, you blend neurocognitive science with UX and AI. How does this mix, shape your approach to building user-centric product? I had this great discussion also with Isabel in the community about synthetic research. That's the big topic right now for product designer and whatever. So what's your secret sauce?
The secret sauce is remembering that we are building stuff for people, that we are people as well. So but sometimes we forget that we should involve people in the process of making things that are to be used by people. So that's the magic sauce, is to understand that whenever we are building something, imagine we will go through the rapid prototyping process today, and in the more lengthy presentations that I do when I talk about rapid prototyping. And I'm talking about rapid prototyping since the late 90s. So, and it used to be that, okay, how can we fast track and do paper prototyping and do then just prototyping with Balsamiq, with Sketch, and then with Figma. And nowadays it's just, no, it's just another tool. Now we have, the change was that I was only able to do 1 or 2 tests every other week. Now I'm able to do a few tests in the same week and do those interactions in a cumulative way. So I can get to the end results much easier. But again, the biggest rule is that these prototypes are worth 0 until I put them in front of someone and see the reaction, the interaction that they have with these tools. Because I'm not concerned about if my production is the most beautiful, it's the most interactive, or do people actually use it? Do people actually feel that they are useful? And that's why I'm always driven by jobs to be done. So jobs to be done are my go-to in terms of framework, okay? Because I always like to think about what is the mission of that someone that is in front of the computer, in front or with a mobile phone or in front of a tangible object, what it is that they want to achieve. Okay, how can I help them achieve that goal that they have, that superpower that they need, so they can have that superpower in their daily activities, in their work, and in their lives.
Amazing. We will split about the tools because we also project the people inside them. So maybe let's speak a bit about business. You're claiming scale companies from 5 to 100 billion ARR. What's the one habit or ritual that keeps your team aligned and innovative on a daily basis?
Okay, it's the usual 2 things. So one is definitely, again, purpose. Okay, I always try to understand together with the team very early on when I land in the team, or when someone new lands in the team, they need to understand what the purpose of the team is. So how are we related to business goals? How are we related to the mission? Who are the people that we are serving in real life? So, and then having real life examples and some recordings, some quotes from people that are actually using our products to make sure that we relate with them. So that's number one. And the other one is to have a common understanding of how should we split time. So what is the budget of the time allocation that we have in the team? That is, something is for maintenance, something is for building new stuff, but there's also a percentage within 5-10% that is meant to drive innovation. So, and what I do is that I try to create a safe environment that people feel that they are psychological safe to experiment, fail, and that's part of the process. What I'm always saying to my team, to my team members, is that it's not about failing. It's about what did we learn about this, and how fast can we move forward with the learnings that we get from whatever we did.
I usually say you're never failing, you're just learning. So that's a good point. And maybe psychological safety is taking more and more importance. Like we started 3 years ago with Nina Podrek. She's a psychologist and a facilitator in the Miro community, if some of you know her. And we have designed, I think, one of the most beautiful framework for psychological safety. We have a sample on the Miroverse, and believe me, one of the 3 winners can go and purchase the full framework on the store. So I have learned, it's not just about facilitation and speed, but make the people feel like they can speak truth, they can say what they have to say. They won't be the leader or the boss that will enforce or retaliate about disruptive ideas. It's super important. So thanks thanks for this sharing.
To that point, Boris, just let me add something very quickly. As a segue to that, one of the rules that I always share with them by example is that, man, I don't have to be the smartest person in the room every single time. What I am is smart enough to know who are the smart people that I need to put in the room to come up with the best ideas. So the rest is magic, but I'm definitely not the most smart person in the room most of the times. I'm just the one facilitating and making sure that we have the right temperature in the room to generate discussions. That's it.
This is total inception. It's I think it's also a strong mindset and a strong skill to be inceptive in AI, age of AI, where sometimes you need to learn how to make AI works for AI. So yeah, that I think I understand better now speaking with you. This the skills you have developed. So yeah, just one more question and one more minute, guys, before we go to the playground. I know you're just waiting for that. Yeah, your workshop is about speed and empathy. How do you ensure like the human touch isn't lost when we're moving that fast with AI?
Yeah. Again, it's making sure that we understand why we are doing that in the first place. Again, going back to, I don't like to use personas that much, but I really love to use the jobs to be done perspective in the sense that if I understand, if I don't lose track of what it was that we are, or what is the problem, what is the solution that we are trying to tackle here with this technology, and understanding that technology is just a tool. Okay, it's just a tool to enable someone to do something or to achieve a goal. And if I have that mindset, I understand that whatever I had, and Boris, so we can understand, when I started 20 years ago, I was doing augmented reality. I was doing virtual reality. I was doing robotics. I was doing interactive engagement with brands and all of that. So I was doing a lot of fancy stuff. Even 20 years ago, even today, augmented reality is not still a thing that I think it should be a bit more of a current currency in the interaction space. But we were never too, I'll say, amazed by the technology. It was cool, but we always understood one thing: the first principles, right? It's all about the people. So how are we making this person's life better, easier, more fun, more engaging, and whatnot? So if we have that in mind, we should be good.
That's one great insight I grabbed at the Web Summit last week from the head of design at Philips. Making a demo like coming from this, already seen opening session, like, hey, look, everything I made with only AI, automation, and all my product is self-design, and it's wonderful. And at the end saying, oh, guys, okay, let's get back to the real world now. How we have solved at Philips to make like that 25 to 45% of the children that go for IRM scan needs to be sedated, and how we tackled it just with empathy, because we understand they were scared. And yeah, we just create a mini IRM machine with an iPad and a puppet, where the children, they go and they make the puppet and they make the scan for the puppet, and they understand everything about it. And when they get into an adapted environment and they're not afraid anymore, it's just, go with the flow. And here the AI with probably not be very accurate to be empathic. So I'm very supportive with your way of working. And good news, guys. It's good or bad news. I mean, it's the end of this. Introduction to Ricardo. Now, what we can do is just open a nice and beautiful mirror environment. So you should have in Butter this mirror board open. For Zeus who doesn't have it, I will put the direct link to the board in the chat. But if you can, just play with the board in the mirror environment. It's already good. I'm gonna cast everybody to me in 3, 2, 1, 0. So everybody is at the same page. And we have a small game to introduce this session. Also, you're all on mute, guys. So it's the time where you can start to share your ideas with the community. Ricardo, would you like to introduce this first exercise?
Yeah, sure. So I'm really curious about what drove people to the webinar. I have my thoughts, right? But I really wanted to get from you why fast prototyping matters for you, and what are you dealing with it? How are you doing it today? Why is it so different from the things that we are going to see here today? And that's it. So I'm really curious to understand why fast prototyping matters, and how are you do things today. So what type of tools, what type of environments are you dealing with? And I will peek. I will start sneaking
So
around.
I'll put 5 minutes on the clock, guys, and a bit of music to make it more dynamic.
Okay, I already see some cool ones.
You can just close the music below your screen on Butter. You have a small speaker and you can adjust the volume. And you can even dance if you like to.
I'm already dancing. I'm surfing through the answers and dancing.
Amazing. And Karen is dancing too. Fantastic.
I already see some patterns here, which is great.
Starting to reduce a bit the volume if you want to comment a few of them. I'll make the sticky jobs. As the people might don't know about Miro, you can have a lot of GIF and stickies. And we have some updated stickies where you can vote on the stickies. After 3 votes, the stickies is changing shape. So I encourage everybody, if they're curious about the different shape, to use them, of course. And it's also an ID for you. In your facilitation daily, you can use them to identify where you have the most, additions. Also, you see you have now in every sticky, you have this emoji square appearing, where you can start also to send emojis and vote on, informal votes. Ricardo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you found some gold, you can start to comment a bit.
Okay. I'll definitely. I'll start by the last one that I saw here that grabbed my attention, which was create wireframes to attach to our Jira demands. Like, wow. Okay, that's different. That's very different. But definitely, I see a few around making sure that you are able to get feedback of each prototype, even within customer discussions or discussions that you're having and you want to have rapid prototyping. It is about making sure that we remove ambiguity out of the conversation for sure. Picture speaks more than 1,000 words for sure. And I saw a few of you commenting about that, the need to have a tangible artifact to wrap the discussion around. And most of the times, it takes away that vulnerability of the ambiguity of a speech, right? And sometimes it seems that it's my opinion versus your opinion. When we get something tangible as an image, as a working prototype, things change a lot, very dramatically, which is great. Okay, with real users. So, okay, having something that enables you to show how it works with real users. Very cool. Yeah, it is also very powerful, especially when you're having a discussion either within a team and then you're as you are discussing, you are pinging some of these tools and you are generating a prototype, and after 5-10 minutes you can immediately show the results. That's usually a game changer, and especially if you are with customers, people do get impressed, even though that people kind of expect nowadays that you do amazing stuff with these AI tools. They are still not expecting that you get it right. So if you do some of the steps that we are going to show today, and you get really more on point perspectives on your prototypes, it's going to impress people. Okay, this is also perspectives that it actually was one of the reasons why I started doing rapid prototyping early on, was to understand what ideas would work, what ideas would not work, and having that way of visually communicating with the team. So very cool.
So only a couple of seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys,
Love the interaction.
we're done with this first exercise, and as usual, there's some secret sauce I want to deliver, because you're also, most of you, curious and interested to improve your game on Miro. So follow me. I'll be just below of this beautiful board. As you might see, there's a prompt. And there's a gray button because we are on Butter. But on my second screen, I have my board on Miro. And this button is written turning ID into an action. So it's the action button I really encourage you to explore when you're preparing a workshop or whatever activities. You can prepare some pre-prompt or actionable task where you just have to click. So what's going to happen when I'll click on this button? I said take all the notes from the previous board and then create a synthesis in a document, and the result will be sent into the creator output. So it's this red board just aside. I'm clicking in the button in 3, 2, 1 right now. And you already see like we have a document that is starting to become generated. And so, yeah, mostly it's taking all the notes we have designed together and starting, to make a redaction. Of course, if you want to learn more about Create with AI and Miro skills, you have in the blue Canva here a direct link to our monthly workshop. They're totally free, and some participant in the room can already testimonial. You will learn how to generate this content in a Miro board in 1 hour of your time. So you can just go and click on register. But I think that's a very, very desirable wrap up. Ricardo, I'll share with you. It's everything our community is thinking about a prototype.
Very, very cool.
So, congratulations, guys. We are making a great works together. So, I think we are very good because we decided to have more time on the prototype thing, Ricardo. So, I think my mission is quite fulfilled. It's almost 32. So, if you're okay, I'll let you make the introduction for this next activity. I'll drive everybody to me in 3, 2, 1, 0. And Ricardo, they're all waiting for your instructions.
Okay, cool. So as you can see here at the top left corner, we have the full Miro board that we produced for this webinar. So it is the structure, is the template that you guys can find in the Miroverse. And what we do is that we start by understanding. So you have an idea. You have an idea for addressing a job to be done, a pain, something that you've identified. And the first thing that you should do is actually do a little bit of market research, just to understand, is this idea worthwhile investing? Is this idea worthwhile exploring? What is the growth? Who are the people that probably are the best to tackle this? And you do a little bit of research. With that research that I usually recommend Perplexity to do, we can move into ChatGPT and say, okay, with this information, kind of give me like the 3 pillars, the 3 things that we can stem out of this analysis, because Perplexity will give you a very thorough, detailed analysis, but then ChatGPT can pick that thorough analysis and transform it into 3, 4 bullet points to kind of drive and focus your attention on moving forward. It's almost like doing a little bit of prioritization out of that. And then you go back again to Perplexity and say, okay, now that I know that I have like 2, 3, 4 pillars to uncover or to explore, can you give me a little bit of insight of who is around this space? Who are my potential competitors? How does the competition look like? So you understand who is in the market, what are they doing? But I usually ask something like magic sauce is to asking, can you give me also some pain points, some user complaints that the people that are actually using these competitors have? Because what I do with that, I bring back that report from Perplexity, I put it in ChatGPT and say, looking into this, give me an analysis of what the competitors are not doing really well, and let's explore some missed opportunity gaps. Oh, I think, Boris, you went somewhere else.
Yeah. No, I was sending the prompt to the people asking, and I'm sorry.
And what happens is that we then get the missed opportunity gaps, which are what are the things that these competitors are not doing well that you can actually explore. Because the secret sauce here is not copycatting your competition, is actually looking at your competitors, understanding what they are doing well, but paying close special attention to what they are not doing that well. So if they have missing spots there, they have gaps that you can explore, you can actually start attracting people to your solution because they are frustrated with the other solutions that do not do exactly what you are proposing to bring to the market. Okay, with that in mind, and this brings us to the point that we have here today for you to run on your own, is that the final two stages is, with all of that analysis, we get to a point that we have a clear idea of 10 potential different things that we can explore. Then it's up to us, the humans, to prioritize, or we give some criteria for the AI to also help us to prioritize. But then we get to a point that we have a prompt like the ones that you can see in the boards. And then, as you can see, you have a board for everyone. So you can write your name on the left, where you see the name. And then you see a prompt. Okay? That is a prompt that you can go to Claude. So you can click on let's go to Claude. You'll see the link to Claude, which is an AI tool. Right? And then all you have to do is copy this prompt that we put here in the board. You change the target audience, you change the product description, because you can do this for your own product, for your own idea that you're trying to explore. Okay. Or something that you're doing in your job, in your work, and you want to just do a quick prototype just to test if this is something that works for you. You use the prompt, you change what it's within brackets, okay, and ask and do this prompt in Claude and see what Claude produces. Claude is going to give you a very lengthy prompt, so you go into Lovable and apply that, so you can actually generate your own new concept. So what I ask you now is that use this prompt, go to Claude. Basically what we are saying to Claude is that help us making the best prompt possible, so I can go to Lovable, which is another tool that you can also click in. Let's make magic happen with Lovable, and you'll see another AI tool. So we go to Claude, we generate that prompt. We just have to copy it as an option on top of the. Go ahead, Boris.
I will add something. Like if you want to work on your prompt directly on the Miro board, it's okay. I mean, you just have to double click into the text of your line, and then you can start to work on your target audience and project description directly inside the Miro. It's not a problem. Then after, I think you should take at least 5 good minutes for this first iteration. As you say, with sheet in, sheet out, the most time you will give to this small prompt to give more detail on the target and on the project description, the best it will be. But think about it. We are making this 15-minute prototype generation, while on the full template you have 1 hour. So don't be over expecting. Okay.
Yeah. And again, you take this prompt to Claude, then you copy that prompt that Claude is going to give you as an answer, and you go to this Lovable tool and you paste it there and you see the result. So let's give 5 minutes for the
5 minutes on the clock.
And as we were saying, do take your time to give a little bit more detail, especially when describing the project, okay? And pay a little bit of attention who your target audience is. I see that some people like Rosanna have already something very, very special in mind. So it was probably easy for Rosanna to get an idea. Okay. Natalie already has a lot of ideas about the potential users, and it's very specific industry. So yeah, okay. I'm going to love and see the potential results that you guys are having as a result. Okay, and then not to overlap this too much, then you guys go to Lovable and just paste the prompt that you got from Claude. And Lovable will generate a nice app for you. Sometimes it has better design, sometimes it's lacking a bit, but you should be fine. At least it's a good conversation starter, as I like to call it. Now I'll leave you to work.
So we're about to redesign the website of the generation for February and the new season. I'll see from this perspective what Lovable can grant.
Nice. And as a side note, Boris, you can, if you already have some visual references, you can either use a link of that and you add that to Lovable, saying, okay, use also this link as inspiration for the look and feel. Okay, or you can take some screenshots.
Can it be a file?
It can be a PNG, a screenshot, and you just add as many as you can, and it will use it as a visual reference.
Okay, great. Let's see what's going to happen.
I'm gonna look forward for the result as well.
Yeah.
I see John has done some stuff already. Bogdan as well. Okay. See what Shelly's doing. Oh, nice. Okay. Shelly has a very noble mission as well. Ooh, Lena, I'm looking forward to see the result of yours. It looks good. Stefan, very, very niche, but very interesting challenge. I want to see how Lovable gets you an answer for that. Brooke, nice mission. Very, very cool. Man, I'm loving to see how many different areas, verticals we have in the mix. It's really, really cool.
That's the purpose of the community, mix all those people together.
And I really like, because yesterday in one of my classes, I actually developed something like Rosanne is asking, because one of the students, she's a cleaning professional, and her challenge was she wanted to manage the workload of the things that she actually has to do at home and at work. So she was giving us an example of, okay, I have to iron clothes at work. I don't want to get home and do the same, because then in the next day I'm going to be broken. It's going to be too tough physically. And then we developed an app in Lovable in about 5-10 minutes that she could insert and upload some tasks, provide just a hint of how much physical effort that would imply, and then how much time does it take. And then we would score the level of effort that she had at work and what the level of work should be when she gets it at home. Much cool.
So we should be done. My Claude is generating a prompt, and now I'm just waiting to generate the prototype. So
okay,
let's wait a little bit.
And now the magic is copying that prompt from Claude and going to Lovable and just paste it out. Okay, you don't have to do anything else. You just have to do copy from Claude, paste it from Lovable. Okay, and it should provide you with a nice conversation starter for the next few minutes. Okay. What we are going to ask is that as soon as you have the prototype done in Lovable, and it does something cool, which is if you're not in the tab, it gives you a sound, a notification, meaning that it's done. It's like a bling, and then you know that it's ready. When it's ready, just take a few screenshots and or at least one screenshot and share with us, because Boris and I, we are very, very curious about the end result.
Well, still producing an amazing prompt.
It's usually very kilometric. It is.
I hope we will have the time to generate this prototype and see if, from the different aspect and IDs, some screen getting out from this workshop. Okay, so
I can see someone already. Hey, we have the first one. Rosanna, you have the first one. Very cool.
Lightspeed, Rosanna.
Me time, work time, family work. Yeah, I can see the balance. And I love the design at the beginning, the time balance kind of design. Cool. Rosanna, if you can, if it has other screens, I'm sensing that probably this has a few other options. If you can screenshot those options, that would be very cool. But cool. Thank you for being the lightning fast person. And I see.
But I think prompt is asking to Claude to create an application, so it's getting out from the application was generated by Claude right now. I have to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one was generated in Claude as well. So that's not the purpose.
But I think it's our prompt instruction was a bit quick. We ask to create a mobile app application with a application. So then create a modern,
right. Sorry. Because the prompt is not about writing the prompt to do it. Okay. My mistake. My mistake with this prompt. Okay. So what happened was we forgot to put here at the beginning, create prompts to create a mobile app in Lovable. So that's what we are missing. You guys are pasting the result from Claude. That's fine. Okay. Claude also does the magic, but you can pick these prompts and put it into Lovable as well and compare the results. That's going to be interesting.
I'm starting to generate a prompt for Lovable. So maybe what we can do while we will present the full framework, because we have a lot of questions about, the full framework. Is it available? Will it be available? So like this, you can make a presentation, and maybe I'll see if I have the time in the meanwhile to generate this from Lovable. So let's give for more 2 minutes to the participant. And after we can present, of course, the full framework. And while
I see someone already did that in Lovable, so I see that João did it in Lovable.
Very cool.
Okay, and we already have a full app. Okay, apologies for that, because we had to change the prompt because we had a kilometric prompt to begin with, and it was my mistake. I forgot to put the main question at the top, which what should be there in the prompt is help me to generate the prompt to generate this app in Lovable, and then we get the rest. And then Claude will generate that prompt. You go to Lovable and you pass it out. But as you can see, Claude also has that ability to create very simple interfaces, very simple applications. But if you want to have something a bit more, even a bit more flashy, Lovable will get you there. Okay. So it's the vibe. Even okay, very similar. I can see. Lena, thank you, because you have very similar options because of the visual references. The colors were already defined in the prompts, and we can see that Claude and Lovable did almost the same job and applied the same color scheme. So it's good to see that the tools have some guardrails. So very
interesting.
Very, very cool to see
Very interesting.
the
That's fantastic,
similarities in
guys.
between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting out. There was a 15-minute already first prototype. Congratulations. Yeah, dear remote, you're performing super well.
Okay.
While some of you are still following up with Lovable, I might drive you now to a short presentation about where you can find this template and this framework, Ricardo. So you can take a few minutes to present, of course, your framework and the fact that it's now available for free on the Mirrorverse.
Okay, so I did the quick walkthrough already, but just to explain the steps, right? So first, you start by exploring the market trends, okay? And for that, you use Perplexity. Use a prompt like this, so you just have to change some of the things. You see the bold words? You just need to change them, okay? Those are specific to the project that I showed you at the end, that I'm going to show you at the end. You just change that and adapt to whatever you want. The time span, the markets, the opportunity that you need to do. And again, you do the same with the prompts in ChatGPT. So what you do is that you take the outputs, because in Perplexity, you'll get a nice PDF. So you can export it as a PDF. You grab that, you upload that into ChatGPT, and you use this prompt that we have here in the second step in B, and you just change the market, you just change the product that you're trying to do, and you generate that. It's going to generate also a report. You leave it there, okay? And you take that report out from ChatGPT, you put it in Perplexity, you do this prompt, okay? With this prompt on top of that report, you get the competitor analysis and all of that. And again, you take that report from the competitor analysis, you take it, you attach it to ChatGPT, and then you prompt with the prompt that we have here, same prompt, okay, just adapting to the market. That's going to be different, and then you have this, okay. When you get to Claude, you take that report from ChatGPT, and then you put it in Claude, providing context. So one of the key factors for these tools is to provide context. So the more context you can provide to the tools, the better, the more focused, the more specific, the more differentiator the solution is going to be, instead of just providing you with a very generic approach. Okay. So in Claude, we have to do two things. We have just a generic analysis of that and focusing on what would be the features, what would an MVP would look like. Okay, knowing that this is for this market, and in this case, it's mobile first. You can do it's a mobile app, it's a web app, it's whatever. Okay. And then we do a second prompt immediately after the first one, saying, okay, generate the prompt for the MVP so I can build it with Lovable. Okay. And this is what we forgot to put in the prompt in the exercise. So again, apologies for that. And we move to Lovable. We put the prompt that Claude generated, and we get something like this. Okay. So now in this example, I was doing something around circular economy and to explore that field. And what Lovable, very surprisingly, and again, I did this within 30 minutes, Lovable did a marketplace app that I could use in both mobile, tablets, and desktop. So you have the three form factors available in which is the same link. It adapts to your desktop when you're in the desktop. It adapts to a tablet. It adapts to your mobile phone if needed. Okay, so you have the full range of experience. It is responsive, so you get all of the different devices with one single link, and it's done. The beauty is that you can iterate. You can iterate with Lovable, and then you just have to publish, and then everyone that has your link that was trying your solution can get those updates. So imagine that you're doing this for a customer, and you update, you add some features, you add some things, you publish. For the client, is going to be magic, because they will see that they just have to refresh, and now they have something new, or a new functionality or a new menu or a new gallery, whatever. Okay, so it's
Ricardo, we are running a bit out of the time. My
sorry.
recommendation, guys, is you have the link in the chat, but you also have the link in the board, and the board will be still available after the show. So yeah, I really strongly encourage you to go and grab this template. Also, if you have liked this template, you can vote and make a comment. It's always good to make our product getting better and better and more viewed. I think we already have something like 15 K view on our template. So yeah, I think it's a very trendy place, the Mirrorverse. You can find and follow up with Ricardo here. You have a QR code to his LinkedIn channel. And of course, Ricardo, you are launching a book and I guess also a community. So if you want to be the first, you have also this QR code and the wait list to be aware when it will be available. So
yeah, it's around purpose and teams and performance and how you build performing teams. So it's called Build with Purpose. It's going to come out in Q2 2016 and 26. Sorry, 16. It was 10 years ago.
Back to the future.
Back to the future for sure. And we'll start sharing some of the few initial chapters with everyone that joins the waitlist around Q1 2026. So around February, we should have news.
Amazing. So here we have now the last but not least, and very important for us, it's your opinion. Yeah, we are providing for free this webinar with the Miro events community, and we are tracking any way of improving. Yeah, and so your option really matter, and it's the fuel that make those events possible. So you just have to click if you want to give your opinion on give your opinion. It's a Notion form. It's just 3 questions like what did you like the most, what we can improve, and your overall satisfaction. If it's complicated to click on the button, you also have the link in the chat. It won't be long, and it's really supporting our community to improve our webinars and workshop every day. So thank you so much for your time and your attention. I think it's now also the opportunity, if some of you have asked some question, maybe yeah, we can yeah, already put a good also allow the participants to unmute. So right now, if you have a few questions you want to ask, you can unmute and you can ask for Ricardo or I. And for the other, you can feel free to go back to your journey. Is it morning or afternoon?
And thank you so much for joining.
Hey, good morning from Philadelphia in the US.
Morning.
I just had a quick question about switching between these different tools throughout these steps. Would it be possible to stay within one tool, like our enterprise ChatGPT, for each of these steps? Or is there like a purpose for going between all of these?
Yeah, that's the purpose, because Perplexity, even if you have the deep mind option in ChatGPT, Perplexity is still a little bit better. But if you kind of use the agent mode nowadays in ChatGPT, it should be good enough to have the same. So you can do everything within ChatGPT. But then for the last 2 steps, definitely go to Claude with the information that you got from the last step within GPT, and ask Claude to analyze it and to help you to run the prompt for Lovable, and then go to Lovable. Okay, because I've run this experiment many times. It's the best output we can have is to go to Claude to prompt Lovable and then do it in Lovable.
Yeah, Natalie, I will add that from generic to specific AI, most of the AI have some more powerful purpose than other. For research, of course, Perplexity is an infrastructure. It's not an LLM, it's an infrastructure of research. So you know the difference. And I'll suggest also for product brief and everything using more Miro AI. We have this exercise using a platform of synthetic research on ChatGPT and using Miro, and while trying to generate different product brief with ChatGPT, that is already a very strong product brief, and using Miro AI, that is super fine-tuned for product team. It was night and day. So, same insight, same technology, but different quality output, because the fine-tuning of the model make a real difference. So I really encourage pass the bridge, okay, I want to have everything in one environment, starting to be more mature and say, okay, I will feed one AI with another AI and take the best value from possible from each.
Definitely. And we are not recommending 10 or 15 different tools. If you have your Swiss Army knife with 3-4 different tools that are very specific, as Boris was saying, you should cover 80% of your use cases, and that's fine.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nat.
Thank you, Natalie. Cool. I'm excited to explore.
Yeah.
Join us in the community hub if you want to have some more chat and follow up with us. Okay? Cheers. Any other question before we're closing the room? Okay, I think they're done with us. Thank you so much. I have unlocked in the butter, the soundboard, so now everybody can send a hair horn or any kind of sound. If you want to have fun before you go, you can really go on the React menu. You have now the soundboard for all of you. And thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Let's follow up.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. Cheers.